That viral downtown brawl is reigniting public safety concerns in Cincinnati and prompting a visit from a high-profile political figure.
Ohio gubernatorial candidate Republican Vivek Ramaswamy hosted a town hall in his hometown tonight here in Cincinnati, meeting with people face-to-face, talking about crime, accountability, and solutions. And WLWT News 5's Rachel Whalen was at the event, and she has more now on the conversation. Hi, Rachel.
Hey guys, yeah, we heard a lot of personal stories tonight. More than 1,000 people signed up to attend tonight's town hall at Jim and Jack's on the river, even though the restaurant only holds about 300 people. And emotions ran high as many expressed their concerns when it comes to safety in Cincinnati. With lines wrapping around Jim and Jack's on River Road, voters, politicians, and even an NFL Hall of Famer.
And I believe there's excellence in this city, and it breaks my heart to see what's happening.
Gathered for Vivek Ramaswamy's town hall on safety.
But what we are here to do is to talk about how we end the epidemic of violent crime spreading across the city and across the country.
According to CPD's weekly reports, violent crime is slightly down from this time last year. But that's not how many felt on the west side tonight, with several bringing up last week's downtown brawl that made national headlines.
Like, I'm sitting there going, this is not Cincinnati, is it? Yeah, are you kidding me?
The incident sparking tense exchanges in the crowd.
Well, to my understanding, the gentleman was the one who cast the first stone. And I think you have a stand your ground law here in Ohio saying that you can defend yourself even with a weapon.
Ramaswamy said he wasn't there to weigh in on the case, but to focus on solutions. He proposed reopening psychiatric hospitals, adding police, and keeping repeat offenders behind bars.
He was killed in his own home because of how this city is run.
Sarah Herringer was in the crowd after losing her husband Patrick in June. Prosecutors say he was murdered by a man who cut off his ankle monitor while on parole.
Think about preventable. It's unconscionable that we have a system that is now allowing repeat violent offenders in one way or another right back on the street to commit more crime.
Ramaswamy said that he did meet with Police Chief Terry Thigi and Mayor Aftab Pureval earlier today for a candid and conductive conversation. He said they did find common ground when it came to keeping repeat offenders off the streets. However, neither of them attended tonight's meeting. We reached out to the mayor's office and they told us that he was out in OTR helping direct patrols with CPD. I'm reporting in Cincinnati. Rachel Whalen, WLWT News 5.
Rachel, thank you. At the same time, dozens of demonstrators gathered across the street from tonight's town hall to protest that event.
Yeah, they say that they want to fight the narrative about the city being an unsafe place.
Who got the power? We got the power!
Demonstrators holding signs reading things like "We love our city" and "Cincinnati rejects racism." Organizers telling us the viral video of the downtown brawl does not represent the city, and they think Vivek Ramaswamy is using the incident for political purposes.
This stunt is political theater, and nothing makes that more obvious than the fact that when Nazis marched from Vivek Ramaswamy's hometown of Evendale to Lincoln Heights, he was quiet. He's quiet on the Epstein files. He's quiet on the January 6th protesters. He doesn't care about public safety except when he sees an opportunity to exploit trauma in our community and inflame racial tensions.
Tonight's protest organized by Cincinnati Black United Front. That's a community organization that was formed after civil unrest back in 2000.